Ever since Donald Trump won the presidency in 2016, he's inspired anti-establishment Republicans to take on establishment lawmakers. Just in the last few weeks, we've seen numerous high-profile Republicans either decide to retire or leave their seats early. Now, one of those members is Congresswoman Kay Granger from Texas's 12th Congressional District. Joining me now is one of the candidates running for that open seat, John O'Shea. John, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure.
All right, now because so many Republicans have decided to leave midway through their term, this is shrinking their already razor-thin majority in the House. So how optimistic are you that Republicans will keep the lower chamber come November?
Well, frankly, with the job that's been done to date, I'm not sure it really makes much of a difference because it seems like they've just been running Nancy Pelosi's playbook with this last spending bill that was passed. I know there were several members that I spoke to last week who are very unhappy with the direction things were going. So I think the people who you're seeing bailing ship right now are ones who were not going to be willing to sign on to the America First agenda. So if it means leaving now rather than then, so be it.
Well, speaking of that America First agenda that it appears that you're running on, if you do become the next congressman for that district, will you, and let's just say that Republicans do in fact retain the majority, would you support re-electing Speaker Mike Johnson, or is there somebody better that you see that could do the job?
Well, honestly, I've not been there to be able to assess the situation. Coming in as a freshman congressman, I will have to kind of listen to the debate that takes place. I know that there were some people who were very upset with this spending package that just went through that included some of the weaponization of government against the people and some of the woke that had been previously stripped out. But then I also understand that Speaker Johnson has been operating with a much different, razor-thin majority, as you said. I just candidly would like to hear the explanation, though, as to why it was even necessary to pass a budget, because frankly, until we close the border, I'm all for shutting down the government.
All right, now maybe shifting gears here a bit. President Trump hasn't endorsed either you or your opponent, Craig Goldman, for the runoff yet. Have you tried reaching out for his support? Do you think that he would endorse you to replace Representative Granger?
Well, I actually was the first one to enter into the race. In fact, I asked to have lunch with Congresswoman Granger back in April last year to tell her that I was going to run against her, to show her the courtesy and respect that we used to treat one another with. And then when she decided not to run and State Representative Goldman came into the race, it's pretty clear to me. I mean, President Trump has always viewed our Attorney General, Ken Paxton, as one of his strongest America First allies here in Texas. And Ken's been my friend for over 20 years and was my first endorsement. And as opposed to Craig Goldman, who actually worked behind the scenes, whipped the vote, and voted to impeach Ken Paxton. So I just don't really see the scenario where if he is going to weigh into this race, he would endorse anybody other than myself.
All right. Well, John O'Shea, candidate for Texas's 12th Congressional District, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Great to be on with you.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.